we don't always agree. I am DJ, the baby cousin, the baby millennial.
And I'm Ife, the big cousin, the zillennial. All right, so today we're reviewing Housewives of Atlanta. We on episode 16, y'all. We almost there.
Next week
Hallelujah
is
and amen. They
finale.
finally said season finale. Thank Jesus. I thought, thank you. All right, but on this episode 16, we back in Atlanta, and woo, thank goodness, because I'm really scouting all the shenanigans there. But of course, they came back to the ATL too. So I was laughing because I said, you know how we had picked a little bit on Kelly having that little rat hat on. I said, Shamia got one too. They must have went and got them together. But they were working. It opened with Shamia meeting with the lawyer because, she's working on her rum bum, apparently is what it's called. And I was like, not the company going last minute switch up. How I'm planning to go into a partnership with you and you send over paperwork day of signing talking about you a wholesaler. Wholesale what? That ain't what. Why would I spend money on a mold and we go through a separate launch for me to be a wholesaler? I'm not an ABC store. What? No. So I was just like, yeah. But that might be why Gerald was like, do we really want to do this? And was looking at her a little sideways with this. But I just didn't understand that, like, where was the miscommunication at? Old or not, new or not, he's a businessman, so he should understand that. Why would I put money in? She said she's 6 figures in. Why would I put money in to be a wholesaler?
If they knew they weren't going to partner with that girl, why they didn't say that from the beginning?
That part. I just was like, what? Crazy. All right, sorry, my thing had went off. But she should have probably waited till she had contract in hand before she started investing like a large portion of money. So I feel that probably was a lesson learned. And sometimes you don't learn the lesson till you in the middle of it. And it's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have did that. I've certainly had that. And you definitely learn it when you do business ventures. Because losing money will teach you the hard way. Like, oh.
I've lost so much money doing stuff that that people have not seen the light, that have not seen things that I've tried to be in the works that did not come to pass. Yeah, that's no fun.
I mean, it's like you got to bet on yourself and you try, and then you're like, I should have kept that bet. You shouldn't have took that bet. I should have left that bet in my wallet. That's what I should have did. So, yeah, sometimes you got to bet on yourself, but some just know that bet don't always pan out. So, but I was like, if I'm Gerald, I'm definitely saying, I told you so. But I said you have to fail to learn. So failure is the best teacher. So she learned that the hard way. You will be highly unlikely to at least make that mistake. You might make a similar mistake, but you at least won't make that mistake again. So hopefully it ends up working out. But I just thought that kind of sucked to be found. And now when you read, oh, we're gonna sign a contract. Well, they sent over wholesale. Well, that ain't even a contract. That's an agreement. Isn't it? That's like an order requisition. Like, I'm just placing an order. That why would we think that that's the same? You thought we wasn't gonna read it? So, I don't know. So then they had where it was Angela and I can't think of his name, Charles, and Kay and her husband at the little couples yoga. It was couples yoga.
Okay.
They weren't doing nothing the instructors was doing. I was like, I don't know what y'all doing over there, but the instructors doing it. It looked all sensual, like ooh, almost like a tantric yoga. Hey, Michelle doing it, and then she twiddling her feet in front of.
They was making up their own moves.
I don't know what Angela was doing. I was like, y'all look stiff as a board, like don't nothing be happening over there. I just was like, you just look like a mess. I was like, but I was shocked to see that Kay and Angela were so chummy. But I said, but I guess being a real friend matters because apparently she said they checked on each other. So I guess that's how they've become. But is Angela checking on you so she can say something about you? I don't know. Angela, I just don't trust her.
I'm trying to understand K. Michelle's metric of friendship here because it's not making sense to me. Because
I think it matters to her what you do, not just on camera. I think it's your on camera and off camera action. I think Angela has won some points with her because she must be off camera trying to actually like get to know her, be her friend. I'm guessing that's the metric, as you call, she's going by. Whereas maybe for Portia, for example, she's saying we ain't really friends because if you only talk to me on the show, then you ain't really talking to me, girl. Like this might as well be a business call. So I'm guessing that's
like,
the metric she's going, but that's funny. What's her metric?
how we get here?
What's your friendship barometer?
Yeah, this don't it don't it don't add up because for me it's like the very thing that you didn't like from the beginning when you was like these girls be talking about each other and doing this and doing that and you watched Angela do that to a good chunk of the girls on here, but you think, okay, okay.
Yeah, I just was like, and then I did not appreciate that Angela was like, yeah, Shami is a professional victim.
I said, how?
That's a professional victim. I was like, yeah, if Kay and I felt like so Kay didn't like chime in per se. She tried to a little bit have Shamia's back, I guess, on that. But she was saying she just feels disconnected with Kay. But I was like, is that on you? Like, are you also not reaching out to Shamia? Are you expecting Shamia to reach out to you? Because again, in this situation, she's being the one who's being ganged up on. So you can call her a professional victim. Well, y'all are professional bulliers then, and you have made me the victim. Like, stop acting like I'm picking these fights.
And
I
let's
am
be
not.
clear. Let's be clear, Angela. Ain't you the one that lied on her from the beginning about what? So like, I'm trying to understand how K. Michelle can be like, oh, to be fair, but you watched her and and watch how Angela got caught up in the lie with Shamia, and you've been going after this girl, but you want to go in and be like, well, to be fair, she ain't been doing this and she ain't been doing that. Like, you ain't go after the girl, but you pretty much validating Angela's feelings, and that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because I was like, did you do that with Shami after your friend lied on her and then the whole Portia argument? Like, you're not checking in on her. So I don't, yeah. It's definitely a double standard that's been happening, but it doesn't seem to seep into Kay's realm too. But like I
And
said, it
that's
didn't
all
feel like
Kelly
she was
said.
talking bad per se and just voicing her opinion. But you can't voice your opinion about me that's not in a good light to people who are my ops. Because now it just looks like you're agreeing with them. Now you look like you're on the side of the ops, and I'm gonna be looking at you sideways. So it'll be interesting to see at the reunion how Shamia's
Let's go and see
looking at
this.
everybody but Kelly. Like, I'm fuck with none of you bitches. Is what I be thinking.
I'm like, for me, like, K. Michelle to me has been the professional victim. And I love K. Michelle. I love her. That is my girl. But she's been the professional victim to me this whole season, if we want to be honest. Like,
Oh, I don't feel like she's victim stuff. So I disagree with that. Not for, I mean, she had it obviously that whole whatever was going on with this plot. I mean, where I was a little confused, like, girl, what's the plot? So in that moment, she was definitely giving professional victim herself. Kay was, but yeah, I just
the professional victim there. And then let's even get into now. Hey, I know K. Michelle going through her medical stuff,
uh-huh.
but that was self-induced. Let's be clear. So for you to be over here is woe is me and I got this going on. I was on your side against Portia with that particular situation. But if we
Yeah.
really want to be clear, you have been the one that's been so sickly and can't do this and can't do that, and well, people need to check on me and do this, and why I don't think you my friend because you've been the professional victim all season.
Very much so. Yeah. So then Angela was like, I was like, what is Angela talking about? Once again, I was like, how was the weapon in Shamia's hand? Besides her taking it out of your hand, Portia's hand, Drew's hand, and defending herself. Like, how are you again saying like Shamia's attacking people? What?
The weapon that she done got, y'all done stabbed it in her back. She got the weapon from y'all stabbing it in her back. Y'all done took it and went pow, pow, pow. She was like, and then tried to hit y'all with the weapon that y'all to hit her with.
Exactly. That's what it was like. Defending yourself is not the victim. Like, it's just too much. I was like, y'all want to judge how she's defending herself? Stop attacking her. Like, it really is that simple. So that was really it with that scene. Did you have any other tidbits or points we needed to address with that whole interaction?
We got to talk about the K. Michelle and the toes.
But we didn't get to see the toes, but double socks. I was like, girl, you really making sure. Then it made me think, though, have I not seen her feet? I want to see these long toes she talking about, because I got long toes too, but I don't mind if you see my toes. I don't think my toes ugly, but I don't think they're like super long. So it made me think, well, what her toes over there looking like?
Mine long.
That she could play piano with them. Like, you got baby fingers.
Well, hell, me too. I know I do. I got them. My toes are very long.
Not very long.
Yeah, they almost the size of my fingers on my hand.
Those are very long. You might be K. Michelle's cousin with that one. No, I just got regular long toes. Mine still look like toes. They don't look like no extra.
No, my toes is long, and then she want to put on double socks. She put on a pair of socks on top of the socks she already had on. Like, you bringing attention to your feet.
Yeah, because once she said, you know, America would not see these toes, and that made me think, like, we ain't never seen your toes. You never had no peep toe or nothing. So then I'm like, I feel like I need to start peeping the shoes she have on. So I'm like, now you done brought attention to it. Now I'm gonna check to see, like, you've never had your toes like that were visible. So I just thought that was interesting for sure. So the next scene was Portia saying, you know, have these pictures up. I guess it was her and oh boy. And so she's gonna do some with her and Peace. I was like, oh, that's cute. Now, did you catch Peace saying, no, you need to like suck your stomach in? I was like, oh, now when she got a flat belly and a tongue, she needs to suck it in some more. Girl, like, wait till you get to this age. You better wish it looked like this. After you have body work done too. Yes. And she said, like this? And she said, yes. And I was just like, dang. You can't eat a peanut around her. She gonna say something. Sheesh. But I do think the pictures were cute. The little red. My favorite was when they just showed my screenshots were like, you know, how you can see what it's gonna look like. Where it was like, you know, the P was right here in Portia. Yeah. Was like that with the eyes closed. I was like, oh, that's a beautiful one. Did you have a favorite one?
I liked that one. I really liked that one, and the one that they were looking at each other. That was really cute.
Yeah.
Now my thought. Now when she said I'm taking down all the pictures of old boy and putting pictures up of, why you ain't have pictures of PJ up in your house before this? Like, now that
well, I don't think that there's no pictures of PJ up, but to your point, like, well, I want at least pictures of all three of y'all. But I think this is a section that has. I can't imagine there's no pictures of Pilar up in the house. I just think it wasn't in that section. I feel like she's just replacing that little section with that, or at least I hope.
Y'all could have took new pictures, but you should have already had pictures already done. You could have just went ahead and just took them down and then put the ones that you had up before you met them. Like, it should. Like, what's up with that?
Well, remember, she was not in this home before she met him. She was in a different house. And sometimes there's a different scale of photo. You have a different space. And I think that room that picture is for, these pictures probably cost hundreds of dollars because it's, I think, a bigger size than any of your standard sizes. Is what I'm assuming.
I just ain't like the way she put that. Like, when you saying, oh yeah, I'm replacing pictures of him with me and PJ, and I'm like, why you got like?
He was like, why you ain't had them already? Because you was supposed to be a package deal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, or took some pictures of Pete, because I know you have pictures of your daughter by herself.
Exactly.
I know you have those to the scale, because Portia's grand. So of course every time y'all take pictures, it's gonna be to that scale. So why you just couldn't get the pictures that you already had and just put them up? But you
that's not a scene on the show.
You gotta make this a whole thing. Like,
she did need to make it up.
I
out with the old and with the new. But then when
I lost a piece of me, and now I got to find out who Portia is, and
yeah.
Okay.
When you get married, you lose a piece of you. And I was like, well, that might be part of the problem. You should be adding to you. When you get married, you should not feel like you're losing a piece of yourself. Now, maybe her loss is because she has divorced them, so maybe that's where the loss comes in. But I feel like she meant that when she was married, she lost a piece of her. And will you change your behavior some because you're married? Maybe, right? Because ideally how you move when you booed up and coupled up should be different than how you move when you're single. So in that way, but you shouldn't feel like you're losing. It should be complementary. It shouldn't be that the two of us equal 100, the two of us equal 200 because we're two complete wholes.
Exactly.
What it should be. So that's definitely, hopefully, a lesson she's learning now is whomever you're with, you should be a whole person first. They shouldn't complete you. They should just add to the whole you. Then she was sitting there talking to Lauren, and she was like, "So I've been swaying lately." I said, "Not swaying." I thought that was cute. That was how she phrased it. Well, I've been swaying lately. I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's how sway started to get in the winners column since Mike was getting busy, being busy." But yeah, I was like, I agree with Lauren because Lauren was like, well, if you've been swaying, like, are we still even interested in Mike? And she's like, well, I do like them both. It's like, but you're not spending time with him. So your actions are not saying you like both, but it's like, well, I don't want to tell him. I know if we have that deep conversation, but we need to go deeper. If I tell him I don't want to have a baby, it's a deal breaker. So then why are you still hanging with Mike? If you know this is a deal breaker, you know in your heart of hearts you don't want it, then what are you doing? What is the purpose exactly? Because at the end, it does seem like you're just being selfish and you want to be cool. Don't keep stringing him along.
She playing. She being Portia. She playing with these people. She toying and she likes to be wanted. And that's the thing. She toying with that man.
But I mean, as much as she posts, and no, I feel like she posts enough and it has outfits that are out there enough that you can tell that you're wanted. So, but I mean, I guess being, having mariachi band sent to you and stuff is what she's looking for. All right. So, then she's talking to Lauren and she was like, yeah, so why, Shamia gonna send me a message and invite me to the her Halloween party and ask me to make a butt mold. Now I said, now that's crazy. If you ain't talking to the girl, why you gonna ask for her to do a butt mold?
Production told her to.
I was like, but besides Shamia's butt, Portia would be another good butt to have. I think that might have been like, yeah, let's see this butt mold. But otherwise, it's like I'm not. That's one a very intimate part of me. I don't want you. And honestly, those molds did not come out good. The molds they showed, I was like, none of these asses look appealing. All of them look super wide and flat.
Yeah.
So whoever's butt they had did, because I think it was Pinky's.
They did Kelly's.
Oh, Kelly's, Pinky's, and then it looked like they was working on.
They did Drew too.
Drew's. Like we needed to see the more full butts, and you ain't get to those. What would Cynthia's butt look like? What did yours look like? What did Phaedra's look like? Because these ones you showed was not it.
Because Gerald, I don't want to fast forward, but
yeah, we're gonna get to that hot mess too. But yeah, I do know that that's what interrupted. But I was like, girl, I wouldn't be sending you. I did think that was crazy. I was like, yeah, I don't see Portia going to this Halloween party. Did you?
No, but Portia, the response that she gave was unwarranted.
Unwarranted. Now I was like, now you are a little delulu if you thought I was coming. No, thank you.
But I don't think
it's a hard no.
I don't think Shamia had invited her with the intentions of Portia coming. I think she
invited her to say, I invited everybody.
Yeah, so that nobody can say, "Oh, well, you didn't invite me." Da 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 da. If you really wanted, yes, I think that's what Shamia was doing.
Yeah, she was playing a political game.
And I think also, because it's a part of the show, for the producers was like, invite Portia because this is a show. This is a season event. So go ahead and invite her. That's what I feel like possibly could have happened.
You know what I wonder whenever they do these trips or have these events, like how much, like, do production pay any part of it, or
Yeah.
do they do help pay?
Yeah.
Because I figured they didn't but they don't pay all of it.
No.
They just pay some of it. Because I'm like, you definitely hear the people put it together, but then I'm like, these are pretty usually elaborate productions. Like, you get all of this just for the show. Like, nah, you're gonna have to be, or some reimbursement, something. I ain't paying for all this, and y'all, you watching it, and it's in my house, or I don't know, it just be a lot of extravagance. But I just always wondered that, like, how much do the show actually put into it? Is it just the person pretty much like hosting it and putting it together, but the show pay for it, or do they partly pay for some of it too?
I feel producers got to pay for it because I feel like the longer you're on the show, like if it's your first season, that's your event. But I feel like once you done been up there for a little minute, they gonna pay for something. They either gonna pay for how they get there, or they gonna pay for the lodging. They gonna pay. They got to paying for something.
Yeah, like especially when they have like the show trips. I'm like, who pays for the trips? Because they'll be like, we're going, and I'm like, they'll say we hosted or we put this together, and I'm like, I know they ain't paying for the people's trips, so I wasn't sure yet whether like is the show paying for airfare and lodging. But then it seemed like people be having stuff to say about the lodging, but then there'll be special gifts there, and I'm like, I don't feel like again the show's gonna pay for like those personalizations. So I just have always wondered like, who's paying for what? What's the percentages here? What's the breakdown? What's the cost of it actually? Because y'all looking like you're doing it a big, but how much of this is on Real Housewives brand versus your actual pocket?
It got to, because in a sense, if I don't like you, because everybody goes on the trips. It's not like it's just I'm gonna invite my faves, because if I'm paying for it, I'm only inviting the people that I want to come.
Exactly, true.
I'm not paying for everybody, so
that's true.
Production got to be paying for
a good portion of it, at least half of it, if not more. Yeah. Oh, and then they had kind of segued over because it was the Portia piece after the picture, and then they had showed Angela. I was like, I'm glad to see some progress on these Fangie fans, because we done heard about it. We seen your little budget meeting where you had to come up with $50,000, and then you fundraised by calling Charles. But I was like, looking at some of the pictures, I was like, I'm not sure how this campaign is going, but you're the more artsy one. Did you catch that piece? Like one of them, I think she had rollers in her hair and it looked like a robe or something. I guess she had her fan and Charles was beside her. And then there was another one where she was getting glammed up for, it was like really big hair. And I was just like, what's the direction here? Now, the really big hair, I can see that working with a fan, especially if it's blowing. It's going to give illusion of like Beyonce pretty much. But outside of that, I was just like, what? I want to see this. I want to see these fans.
It could be a stretch. It could be a reach, and I stretched a little bit before I reached. It possibly could be she trying to be like, the household mom, and they going through menopause or what have you, and they need a little fan to, keep themselves cool. I don't know.
I mean, that's what the rollers one was given, but it was just, I don't know, it wasn't translating for me.
That's I had to stretch for that one because I didn't get it myself.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, we see. I was like, I want to see the prints. I want to see what happens with this. I want to see it in action because I'm not really getting the vision right now. And it looks like different ideas, which is fine, but I don't know. Maybe it's different scenes. I want to see something. Besides her running her mouth.
If something come of it, because I doubt we're gonna see something come of this. I doubt it. Because we still ain't seen nothing come of that house.
She said her fans want this. So apparently the Fangies, I guess is what she called them, want her fans. So I'm not a Fangie, so I dang sure get mine off Amazon. Thank you very much. then I thought it was funny when they kind of, because this was kind of where they went through the different people's quick scenes. And so they will show Phaedra. I call him Baby Apollo because I don't remember what his name is. But I said, not Baby Apollo, said he want to smell edible. So,
That's what he said. That's what he
said.
said.
Not edible. Well, excuse me, young man. I couldn't wait to ask you about that. Like, ooh, edible. Have you smelled someone who smelled edible?
I mean, I guess after I finished cooking, I guess I smell edible. I don't know. I be hell.
Savory. Because I smell like, so I have that Nocturnal Rose by Bath and Body Works.
Okay.
So something about that on my man anyway, maybe mixed with his pheromones, gives me like chocolate covered, like cherry or something. It's something edible.
I wonder what that smell like in the summertime.
Well, that is the summertime. That's what I'm smelling.
It's a summertime smell. Okay.
It's not that it's a summertime smell. It is a scent that they have. It's called Nocturnal Rose. It's part of the men's collection. And so when he's had it, it kind of gives me that. That would be the scent that I really do like. And it's not just a rose. You don't want to eat yourself. I mean, it's not for you. It's for whomever you're around.
I think that's going to attract bugs. Because it's going
It's not called chocolate. It just, that's what it smells like to me. It smells like a rose, but it smells like a manly rose. So whatever is the manly piece in it is the thing that I feel like comes across to me as chocolate.
If it smells like chocolate to you, I know it's probably going to smell like chocolate to a mosquito.
So I got the same nose as a mosquito.
That's not what I meant.
That is not how it works. But it would smell rose-like, so they would think it's a bug. So there is that. I saw this thing the other day that was talking about mosquitoes. We're gonna do a little segue. Talking about mosquitoes and what happens when they bite you, and I was like, "That's so interesting." I don't know if you've seen it, but long story short, it said the only mosquitoes that bite you are females.
Oh, I heard that.
And they bite you because they won't feed their babies. But when you get bitten, apparently it's two scissor things from their body that go in and open up, and the long little straw thing goes in and gets their deposit of blood. And they put in so much that before they suck your blood or whatever, it spits on you. It's saliva goes in. That's what we get itchy, and that's what causes the hole. And they pee on you.
All that happened, and
so so the guy has said, some people are like, oh, they just feeding their baby. He said, at that on site, I think I have reposted it on site. You done came over here and spit and peed on me. And I was like, that is true. Oh yeah, it is on site. I already don't be messing with, and I don't want you feeding your babies. That means it's more you. I don't want more mosquitoes. I want them gone. Because what is the purpose of mosquitoes besides?
I'm gonna get you.
Besides eating me. But yeah, the man
me and bite me, I'm gonna get you. Them babies not gonna make it.
You and your babies. Yeah, but I thought that was interesting.
That's a lot happening in 2 seconds.
Well, yeah, because they gotta go and drop their babies in water. So that's where the water, why they say, can breed mosquitoes, because it's a breeding ground for the baby mosquitoes to be born. So
but you saying you done pissed and spit on me. All that happened in that 2 seconds before I smacked you. That's fast.
Yeah. I said, oh, when I seen that. So yeah, that was interesting. All right, so back to Housewives of Atlanta. We went off on a little tangent there. But so what was Kay saying? Because I said I felt okay. She was talking to.
Was she talking to Shamia?
Shamia, yeah. And I was like, so I feel like Kay's approach was right, but her words were wrong.
Very much
so. Because I was like, I didn't hear Shamia's comment as Dennis was more or less sneaking P over. I was like, so where did the rendition that Kay said come from? Where it was, oh yeah, I didn't feel like, and at no point did I feel like in the conversation it was like, oh, Dennis been sneaking P over to hang with them. I thought it was like she been bringing him over. He been bringing her over, and that you expressed to him that you don't really want her coming over there. That's what I got, not a sneaking situation. Is that what you heard?
She got that from Portia. She got that from, that was Portia's rendition, and she regurgitated Portia's rendition of what Shamia said. That is not what she said.
Yeah, because I was like, what? Where's the sneaking part coming on? And like, why would you start off saying that to that lady? You know it's gonna get her mad. And I was like, well, yeah, why would she say, well, you know, Dennis been sneaking her over? That's not how the conversation went. What? I was like, so yeah, I was like, yeah, you already commented at me wrong.
Said that. Shamia never said that. Shamia said, when one, because that wasn't even a public conversation. That was a conversation that she was having with Cynthia.
Exactly.
She had, when she told Cynthia, I'm glad that I still have a relationship, was able to keep a relationship with PJ, because Dennis and them are cool. That was that conversation. And then when Cynthia brought that to Portia, and then when Portia brought that to the group, oh, she using my kid as a pawn, and she doing dot. That's where K. Michelle got that from. That was not what Shamia said.
Yeah, because I was just like, how you gonna be like, what friend? I like when you start off, what friend? Now, why would you? And you can even say, now, why would you start off how you did? And just left it there, like open, not with you giving your example with saying this and this. Well, no, because that's not what I said.
And she said, now, why did you say that? I'm not gonna say she didn't say anything. All she said was, how come what's this that you don't feel like I'm a safe choice for your child to be around? That's what she said. Yeah. So for K. Michelle to say, what made you say that? I'm trying to understand why
y'all hearing? I said, but it just goes to show people hear what they want to hear. So then Shamia was kind of a little bit sad in the confession. I was like, I mean, I don't think people understand it was a divorce. And I was like, oh no, people do understand it was a divorce. I was like, I can see what she needs therapy for just that demise of such a long friendship. I was like, but it sucks that she feels like she needs it for the group. But I mean, everybody keep coming after her. So if you keep feeling attacked, I guess you would need therapy for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, that was definitely pretty sad. But then to hear, I was surprised to hear Kate never celebrated Halloween. Because what she say? I was like, I get it, but I was like, but I feel when people take the stance that, you know, Halloween's about celebrating devils and demons. No, it's not. At least not for me.
I've heard that a lot. I have heard that a lot, especially that thank God that wasn't a story from my household. But I have definitely heard that we don't celebrate Halloween. It's Hallelujah night. I heard that with quite a few of my friends.
I mean, Hallelujah night is fine too, because for us it's a gathering of usually family, friends, and we're gonna go have a good time, have fun costumes on, eat candy. Like, it's all about all the fun stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, if you see my yard during Halloween time, you're gonna be like, oh, she might be into other stuff because I decorate for the season. But I'm very much a Christian. It's not real stuff, but it's stuff horrors are made of. No, but there's no demonic stuff.
Conversation alone irked me with between K. Michelle and Shamia. That whole conversation alone irked me. Before we even got to the I'm not coming to the Halloween. Because when she said that and said, what made you say that, friend? And then when Shamia was like, y'all are just picking up at the dinner. Y'all not picking up where it began. And I'm like, and K. Michelle ain't say nothing to that. She ain't say nothing to that. And I'm like, oh, you had all this vitriol to come at Shamia and tell her she was wrong, but ain't have nothing to say when Shamia said, y'all are just picking up at the dinner. And then she said, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. every time I done tried to come at y'all with love, y'all ain't like, because K Michelle was like, you maybe should have came at her differently. She's like, well, I do. I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. It did.
Yeah. I see her kind of throw in the towel, if you will, with that. Like, I'm not going to have this conversation. This seems pretty much y'all have y'all opinion about it. My opinion is different, and there's no point. I actually applaud her for that. Like, yeah, don't have the conversation about it. You see, she's coming from angle where she's not seeing your side of it, and to some degree is not willing to, because like you said, when the retort is, hey, why are you picking up at the dinner? It should have been some like, you're right. Well, I thought y'all did that at the reunion, to then say, well, but with the reunion, it didn't seem dead. We just said we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to bring mamas in it. So how we thought it was dead.
And so now, to K Michelle's defense, K Michelle wasn't on the season yet. So we really can't.
She was on the. She had seen the show live. Ain't no way she ain't watching. She knew she was about to come on here with these people.
And I get that, but if we want to act like we gonna pretend like she ain't seen it. So, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and we gonna pretend like she ain't seen it. So for sake of argument, she ain't see that, and anything prior to this season, we cannot bring that up in conversation. If we wanna, if it was anybody else, if this was Angela, if this was Cynthia, if this was Kelly, if this was Pinky, then yes.
Well, then don't check me about it, boo.
So
nip it in the bud, because if you can't start from the beginning and you stopping on step 14 and we had 13 before this, then you don't have nothing to say with this, because you weren't there at the beginning.
Only speak from the dinner, but when I say, hey, it began prior to the dinner, that's when K Michelle's response should go, oh, okay. Well, enlighten me what happened and give me some understanding, and then that's where the conversation should have been.
But that did not happen.
But that did not happen. So K Michelle kind of irks me there, and then goes and says, well, you're going to be mad at me because I can't go to the Halloween party. I said, girl, you won't go to the Halloween party whether it was Halloween or whether it was not, because you already had in your mind you won't going.
It is given that. Because I said I too am fully Christian, but love having fun, dressing up, and decorating.
But also too, you done did worse. If you want to stop at Halloween and talking about some worshiping the devil, now, ma'am, Miss Stripper for college, because you stripped for school. Let's be, because you tell that story all the time. Listen, I can say that because I'm such a fan of UK. I know your story. You done told it. You done told it. You done went in, and also too, you done had a baby at a wedlock. So let's be honest. Let's be clear. If there's so much stuff that since you worship the Lord,
you count as one thing. You done did several other things, and technically, a sin is a sin. They're all equal in God's eyes. So
you want to be Christian, Methodist, Episcopal, Baptist Church.
That's right. She did say all of them.
If you want to play that game.
I just was like, yeah, it's given too much. So I was saying, how about you? Do you celebrate?
I do. I love it because my birthday is right before Halloween. So
that's right. You are right before. I was like, nah, I ain't never dressed up as no devil though.
No, I didn't do that. But like, I didn't dress up as.
It's just too much. So that's one thing I don't do. I'm dressed up as a devil, a demon. I really don't try and pick anything scary. I tend to go more, I won't say fantastical, but like, yeah, like I like the one where you had to think about what it is, but I haven't been scary before. I've been like an alien lady. I've been Beyonce. I've been Shakari. I've been African princess. So different stuff like that.
That was the male version of Medusa, if that counts.
No, because Medusa was were they considered a god?
She was a goddess at the time, but
there you go. So that's not. I mean, it's different. But I wouldn't say it's a demon.
The closest. That would be the closest.
That would be the closest. My nurse was a Medusa one, so I just wondered. All right. I did think it was cute that they showed Drew and Pooch are gonna be acting again together in a little screenplay. So I was like, okay, because at first when they showed her on the computer, I was like, what's she doing? And I said, oh, she's doing a little acting scene for that. I still hate this confessional hair. I just want her to. I want them to throw them away.
With the black.
Yes. It just keep making her look not good.
And I don't like that part.
Yeah, I think because I said that when I was saying the defense, I was just like, I just hate this confessional look. And I was like, I think it's the center part. It's the outfit with it. It's kind of how she's sitting. She kind of look like she don't have no neck, but she do. And I was like, and all the other looks, it look better than this one. And we seeing this one a little bit too much lately. I want the different confessional look. This one I don't like. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
like
just had
that.
one.
I don't like that part. And it come down like why is your like whoever put that makeup down in that party and brought it down a little bit too far.
Yeah, it's too forward. It's too obvious. I don't know if it needs to be off center. It's just I don't like it. And it's not the quality of the hair looks good. So it's not the quality. It's not even how the hair is curled. It's not fully the color, but I feel like the color washes are out some too. It just don't look good on her. I'm just not feeling it. And I'm like, every time they go to this confession, I'd be like, oh gosh. But then the next scene was Portia buying her mama a house. Now, I would definitely talk about Portia, but I thought that was cute. Now, it made sense. You got $1 million out the sale of the house and had a mortgage. Yeah, you should go get a house where there's no mortgage. Because who wants to be paying two mortgages?
Sell that house that Simon bought. You done sold your mama house, but you can't sell that house that Simon tried to kick you out of.
She wasn't trying to sell it.
You should. That's the one you should have been trying to sell.
I think she really likes the house. Clearly.
You can't afford it.
Well, that's why you say that.
Cause she be struggling. First off, really, you should have sold that house that Simon had instead of trying to rush your mama out of her house to sell her house to get them. You should have sold the house that Simon did, paid off your mama house, and got you something else. But now you wanna.
But then she got to move all the stuff again. She got to move Pilar. She down the street from her boo. I mean, her ex.
Did your mom want to move? Did your mom want to move?
Well, she ain't paying, so it don't matter.
I get it, but I'm saying.
And honestly, what I didn't get is, I mean, yes, I get your parents want privacy. Girl, the house you got with Simon is so huge. Why your mama ain't just moving that house? I'm sure it's enough for it to be a wing over there for her.
Just doing shit. Just spending money.
Well, it was a nice house. I mean, her mama do look like she like independence. You know, she might want her little sneaky link to come in and Portia not to be checking her house.
Get her a cute little condo. Your mama don't need.
She didn't want no condo. She wanted a nice house. She already made a downsize because the house she got is smaller than the house in Duluth. Okay. The house in Duluth was 8,000 square feet, so it was big. But I think the house she had with Simon is humongous, like 10 or 15 or something more. I feel like Shamia's is 20. So I think that one with Simon is like a lot too. But anywho, her mom really need the house she had in Duluth. So I guess that's why. And then she won't stay in there, but probably was paying the mortgage on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was sweet. I was like, it made sense money wise for her and her mother. But that I can see what that was a cool, like full circle moment that before you ain't have more or less a pot to piss in and you had to go stay in the spare bedroom of your mama after you was with an NFLer and should have left theoretically that marriage with something and you left with nothing. He had you out back. And now you are comfortable enough where you can make a profit out the sale of a house and do this for your mother. So I did think that was a cool moment to be able to buy her a whole house and be like, and it is paid for. But what was going on with Dennis's face? I said he need to just stop being on the show. I want them to stop showing him.
But I'm trying to understand why was he there after that whole debacle and you crying and why did he do that? Why did he give me this after you done did all of that? Here you are having him at your mama's
family. And I thought it would be nice for him to see this.
See what? This was not nothing for Pilar. This was something for your mama. So why is he there?
That's his daughter's grandmother's house.
That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
It's what you said. She still wants him. She just clearly ain't admitted it to herself or to him.
Talking about something. You gonna eat? You gonna eat? You want me to make you? You want me to make you a plate? What?
She said that? Nah, I didn't hear that part.
They in there. You want me to make you a plate? What you gonna do? You gonna take the plate and turn it upside down and go num num. That's exactly what she did while they was in the kitchen. It was just the two of them in the kitchen. She eating her food and she go, you want me to make you a plate? Or you gonna wait? And he's like, I'm gonna wait till y'all finish. Oh, you gonna go and you gonna eat? You gonna take the plate? And you gonna turn it upside down and just eat all the food off it?
Oh yeah, no.
Why are you asking that man if you want to make if he ate, and two, if you gonna do you want me to make you a plate? Why?
I wonder what Sway or Mike's feelings are on her relationship with Dennis.
All that stuff is fake, if you ask me. Between Sway, between Mike, between the other guy, they ain't in this for real. They just doing this for the camera.
Well, I don't know. I mean, at least her and Sway are still on socials now in real time.
It's social media. The season just is about it ain't quite. It's still on TV. They got to keep up appearances. This is a part of her storyline. So
that is true.
Let's wait until
I forgot she ain't new to this.
We gotta wait till after the reunion and let's see when the wintertime and when it's Housewives of Potomac if they still together.
You keep tabs on that. So the Halloween party looked like it was a cute little situation. What did you think of the Avatar costume?
I don't know what Gerald thought he was doing with that. That like
he looked like a cat or something. I didn't know what
it was the Avatar, but
he didn't look like an Avatar
because hers was painted on. Hers was
his looked like a
his cat suit was too big, and that's why it didn't look right because it was too big.
Yeah, way too big. Like I don't know who it was for. I just was like, well, what is because I remember seeing him and then I'm thinking her, well, she's Avatar. What is he? Because he's not an Avatar. I don't know what he is.
He was blue. He was because
if he was blue, he wasn't an Avatar.
If you look close, it had the same designs as what Shamia's.
I know what he was going for. We very much so missed the mark. He was not an Avatar.
It was very much missed. I don't even know. Avatar. It was supposed to be, but he missed the mark because that thing was too big.
What'd you think of Cynthia's Elmer's glue costume?
Try again. Talking about I'm the glue.
I said, you the glue shit. You more like the acetone. You taking shit apart. The fuck?
The glue to what?
I said she is not no damn glue.
Glue her own lace wigs on. Talk about some shit of glue, and then talk about some I'ma glue these girls. Girl, you don't glue your own hair on. You'll be getting the same wigs that I get out of Orange Beauty. Let's be clear.
That is hilarious. All right, what about the zombie costume? That's what Pinky and her husband had on.
I like her husband's more than I.
I liked the hubby's. I was like, hers was a little crazy looking. They didn't do her prosthetic fully here. I don't know if she was sweating, but I don't know. She just looked crazy. Like, what did they just eat your face?
It did, but I was like, oh, her husband's looked good. I was like,
yeah, he looked like a zombie, but he still looked decent. You just look crazy. Because at first, when I just seen the back of her, I was like, what the hell is she supposed to be? And then I seen her husband. I was like, oh, he looked good in the shirt. And I was like, oh.
Mm-mm. And then she had too much on. I don't know what she had on, but it was like a lot.
It was too much. Yeah, she missed the mark too. I was like, what was it she had said? Because Portia had said something. I don't know how it got back to Portia. Oh, because they have, after the party, they had segued over. So they showed their costumes and they segued over to K. Michelle and Portia and them at the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a little time. And Mike says, did he say he was in love with her?
Something to that aspect. And Portia's
face was like, oh, we talk about it later. And I was like, yeah, you need to break it to him now because clearly he got delusions of grandeur over here.
No, he's taking his acting role a little bit too serious. And Portia's like, whoa. That
was not in your script. You are getting off script here. Stick to the script. You ad-libbing too much. But Portia said that is too much. It's World War III. Talking about no, it's World War III.
For what?
Exactly. I was like, it's World War III. I was like, she did not talk about Dennis because she was like, you talked about my ex, my baby daddy, my daughter, my mother. I said she didn't talk. She didn't talk about Dennis, your ex, or peace. So what the fuck are you talking about? She talked about your mama because you talked about her mama. That's the only part of it that she did. She did talk about your mama. What did she say about Dennis? Besides him being part of the story in that this is what Dennis said. That's not the same as talking about Dennis. That's saying this is what Dennis said, or is it true? And this is who I heard it from. Talking about Dennis would be like, what's going on? His scrappy looking face while you still in love with that hot dog man. That's talking about him. And I didn't hear her say anything about Simon. I heard all the other people chiming about Simon. I think the most that she said anything is like, you still in this house. So I was like, so who said anything about X?
She never spoke about.
And she damn sure didn't talk about your daughter. So now she's asking you a question that pertains to your daughter, but she did not talk about your daughter. Like the way people use words, but yet they want to give words so much value and devalue them simultaneously.
Yes.
Like you can't be saying you meant some words too easily to then hold people up to the standard for what they said. No, because you just got it very wrong. I just was like, I'm very confused on what's going on here. You have all kinds of wrong.
I wonder if Portia stretches before she makes the reaches that she makes.
I don't think so.
Because you're gonna pull something. You keep reaching the way you're gonna pull something.
You all went tonight and I love it.
Just saying.
Yeah, I just was like, what? Girl, you done did too much. I said Portia deferred that question so quickly. When she was asked, so you heard him say I love you, and she was like, so we'll talk about that later. And I was like, ooh, I was like, hopefully she honest with him because we know the truth ain't in her. Okay, so we who know what Mike got later where, oh, well, and I got to be around peace some more. So, I can't hang with you. Meanwhile, I'm probably texting Swear on the way home. Girl, I'm finna be home. Just tell him you ain't checking for him.
It's giving. Okay, because I did watch a review before. I try not to watch other people's reviews before I get on. So I try not to, but I did watch a review, and Bondi had said she was like, she didn't want to like let that man down, saying that because people they love a man. They gonna be like, if you let that man down and say, oh yeah, I don't love you, that's gonna turn all her fans against her. So she knew not to say that on camera, but her face was giving,
nigga, I don't love you, love.
Because that's what she want. That's exactly what she wanted to say.
Her face said love. I don't even know you like that. What you love? It must be this body. Because you don't even know me.
She knew she couldn't. She knew she couldn't say that on camera. She knew she couldn't.
It would be being honest. It would be the truth. That's what we all thought love.
Her fans.
You got to love if y'all ain't been hanging and doing nothing. You must love the idea of her, of what you think she could be.
Her fans go against her so quick, and that's why she didn't do it. But she knew she wanted to say what? That's what she wanted to say, but she didn't. But she didn't.
I just was like, oh Lord.
Michelle over here rubbing it in. Yeah, the love in the air. Y'all fit like.
Yes, I did peep that because Kate thing I know her ass did not love him. So she looking like, girl, what are you doing? That man love you. Mm-hmm. Sure he do.
Okay, Michelle, you need to cut it out. She needs to cut it out.
So then the next scene was they're at the party. I think they maybe taking some shots and they in this little section in her garden or house. I'm not sure exactly where they are on the property, but anyway, so over in this little section, and she wanted to apologize to the group, like for making it awkward. And who was it? I can't remember who said it in their confession. It was like, you don't need to, maybe Drew, you don't need to apologize to us. You need to apologize to Portia. Fuck out of here. I'm definitely 1,000% not apologizing to her. She can kiss my whole ass. But I'm apologizing to you all because I made you feel awkward, and that wasn't the point. I wasn't trying to make you feel awkward. So I didn't mind that apology to the group because, yeah, you do want, so, but they won't try to take her apology. But,
And
they all suck. What I didn't like was Cynthia, yet again, showing that she's seen Portia and not Shamia. Coming in, I said, Miss Glue, why are you excusing Portia's behavior again? Well, how would you expect her to respond? Like a regular person. And either don't respond. You can even do a thumbs down emoji. You want to be funny? I mean, you might as well have did a middle finger up emoji. But this actually, you crazy or you silly as
that would have been better. I would have received the middle finger emoji better than all of what she texted.
Yeah, and while it wasn't long, it was like, girl, you're doing too much. So I was like, don't they realize she don't need or want y'all having Portia's back in this situation? Like, why do y'all keep you not realizing you're doing that when you're at her house, at her party, and y'all are still having Portia's back and still not willing to see her side of things
At all.
at all? I just was like, I can't.
And
I was like,
Drew in the confessional saying the apology's just not landing. I said, I mean, well, Drew, you're not wrong. You're not wrong when you said that because they aren't landing, but you all see that girl trying. Y'all see that girl sitting here like letting y'all beat up on that girl, and then she's like, all I can do is apologize. What can I? And it's still not working. What do y'all want?
The thing is, what they are not willing to apologize for. Like, she didn't do this to you. So if I'm apologizing to you, look at what I'm apologizing to you for. I don't need to apologize to you for what you feel I did to Portia. You're not Portia.
Right.
I'm not apologizing to you. So I guess you cannot take my apology. But what my apology to you was for is, I'm sorry I made you feel awkward in that situation. Now, if you choose not to take the apology, well, shit, that's on you.
Right.
Okay. I wanted you to know, hey, I acknowledge that I put everyone in a weird situation with that coming up the way you did. That wasn't my intent. But you can say, well, you keep having these behaviors because, again, other people keep having these behaviors with me. Am I supposed to just be here and be the punching bag and do nothing? Because then y'all be calling me a punk bitch. Like, which one would it be? You want me? I don't know what y'all want her to do in this situation. So I was just like, definitely I'm over it. But like I said, if I had gotten a message from somebody who I just had beef with, I too would have been like, girl, you must be crazy to mind me. I am not coming after that last interaction. I might have said something along that lines, which is true. Like, all right, cool. I can receive that. Like, yeah, you probably shouldn't come after it. I was just trying to extend the olive branch. If you don't want it, then, it is what it is. But I was like, but Cynthia keeping it on mute is what's best for you. It's giving you don't want to be friends with Shamia. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't want you having Portia's back no more in this situation. Like, you already know she knows that she knows what's going on when it comes to Portia. Like, we don't need you explaining Portia's side. And definitely not when I'm trying to give you all my side that clearly none of you all are hearing.
My thing with Cynthia is I don't even mind you taking the side of Portia. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And my issue with her is I'm trying to keep this group together and I'm trying to be neutral and no, you're not. Just say what it is. You're on Portia's side and just say that. Don't say you're trying to be neutral. Don't say you're trying to be on both sides so you understand, but you not because you don't. And you're not. And it clearly shows that. So just be honest and say what it is. That's my issue with Cynthia. Like, because that's why that glue costume didn't land because you're not trying to hold the people together.
No, not at all. I was just like, please just stop talking. Now, Angela's police outfit was cute. She got there late. Apparently only planned to be there
Mm-hmm.
20 to 30 minutes, which I thought was crazy. I was like, but boo on your Denzel line, talking about what was it? I'm putting a case on each one of you. And I was like, boo. But why was there so much energy from Angela about this? So she pretty much just happened to walk in when I think the wife was saying the story like, well, yeah, Angela called me saying she wanted more or less to get the tea on
Mm-hmm.
Shamia. And Angela comes in, I guess hearing her name, and it's like loud. And you said that, she said that, I said da 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 da. And I'm like, one, at the base of the story, let's get to the heart of the matter. You lied, Angela. You lied. And another case in point of the dick riders, when she was being caught in this whole situation with her lying, so George finally comes, because I said, oh, thank goodness. So let me see what I said. So George comes in, so they're like, oh, good, we could just ask you, because George, you said it. And he was like, no, I didn't say it. And he was like, well, I'm lit. I mean, maybe I said it, but it would have been jokingly. Like, so, and then it's like, oh, so she's right. She doesn't lie. She's vindicated. Cynthia is she don't lie. And then Drew is right there. She's vindicated. What? I said,
Vindicated in what? When they just said that girl ain't sleep with that lady and sleep with that man.
it's like,
Said that. So how is that vindicated?
yeah, because I didn't get it. I was like, Angela, why are you being so disrespectful to George's wife and saying his name preceded you? Yeah, that was before he came. It was like, I was like, the real issue is that you lied, meaning Angela, not Shamia. So boo, get out of here. And then I said, Angela, why are you being so disrespectful to George's wife and saying his name preceded you? And she was like, well, I don't know him to have, done anything since we've been with me. Well, his name precedes you. So what do you kind of call my husband? That he just out there? And I was like, in the conversation, and I'm talking about him being with Shamia. So you trying to say whatever he claimed he did with Shamia was before them? I was like, and don't try and backpedal now and be like, well, everyone has a past now. So she was like, when she said was his past precedes you, and then was like, well, everybody has a past. So again, but we talking about him being with Shamia. You trying
We
to say
talking about right
you in the
now.
poll?
Like what they got to do with nothing?
I was like, we are specifically talking about him and Shamia, and you are now again trying to allude to there being something with them before he was married. So now you're to move to like it was when he was married, now something before he was married. So that's when George came out. I was like, so now let's see what George has to say. All right, he's starting all right, and his wife got his back. So I was just wasn't sure what the confusion was until he said, oh, I might have said it jokingly. So I said, so for George to say he may have said something jokingly, how was this vindicating Angela, Drew, and Cynthia? I don't understand how that's what they heard and their mind said, oh, she's vindicated. Because he might have said I had to pay to meet her or whatever. Oh, and I did think it was a little funny that Pinky was like, he do look like he would pay for something. He do. He do. But I just was like, I don't get it. I was like, does she not know the difference between a joke and the truth? To run with it the way she has as if it's fact? Like, get the fuck out of here. So you took a joke as fact and was standing on it. And for it to not, of course, it's not true at all.
But and where did you get that information from? Did you get that from George that he said that?
Apparently it was at an event, so she tells it. He was at an event, I guess on stage or doing something, and that's when supposedly this commentary came up. That she then took.
Now, Angela. Now
he slept with her. What?
If he slept with her knowing he got a wife and she got a husband, why would he say something like that on
And they've been around each other recently. Like I think he was in last season with her because I remember that green I remember the green beard or whatever. Yeah. So clearly it had done something even last season together. So she wouldn't still be working with him or them if they didn't have some working relationships. I was just like,
But even if that happened, why would you take something he said on stage and say, "Oh yeah, it ran. Oh yeah, they slept together"? What?
Yeah. You don't get it. So I was like, I was happy that Case did say either in her confessional or somewhere that, like, how was she vindicated? Like, where are we getting that from? So I was like, thanks, Kay, for clarifying and saying what you said, because they are doing way too much. So they decided to table it. And I was like, please, just let's table this, because this is not making a lick of sense.
Ain't nothing to table. Ain't nothing to table.
And then we had already talked about the butt game earlier, but that those moles just were really unflattering, at least from the angle we were getting it on TV. But for that to be interrupted was certainly fine. But not for no random horse delivery or this man that she done paid or Drew what?
Because Drew, that doesn't make no sense. You done paid for that horse. That don't make no sense that a man that you only dated once or twice is gonna send a horse to Shamia.
Once. He apparently, I feel like they met once. She said he stood her up the second time. Maybe it was the phone or something the third time, and then now he's here with the horse. He was the delivery guy. But you said dress up.
Oh, why would you send a horse to Shamia's house and not?
I know, it was weird, and it was right when your butt mold came. So you said, Gerald, when they do my butt mold, go ahead and do the delivery. It just was, the timing was very weird. I was just like,
I'm looking at Gerald now. Gerald, why would you stop your wife's party for her friend to get a gift? What type of?
Yeah, because when they said it was a car, I'm thinking he got her a car at the thing. I was like, I agree with Kay. It's given a setup, very produced, and why would you be trying to show me up at my event? Go ride off on that horse and be gone.
Exactly.
I was just like, and it's definitely giving setup. You came Cowboy Carter and you just happen to have a horse delivered randomly. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. What? It just don't make no sense. Why would you get a horse? You need to get a place to live. Why are you getting a horse delivered? I guess you're gonna go stay in the stable with the horse. Maybe she could do it in the little room above the stable or something. She could be the farm hand and stay there. I just was like, this is so confusing. And thank God that was the end of the episode.
Y'all just doing shit. Y'all just doing stuff. Just doing stuff.
People gonna be so happy she ain't. And these last ones, like, I'll ask her if she ready to do the reunion or not when it's time for that.
Oh, but, she got the reunion. She got
what are you gonna see? Reunion. I'll ask her after next week, like, girl, you want to do the reunion? What you rated this episode?
But I had to watch the episode 3 times. I'm not gonna hold you. I did to
not 3 times. I barely got through one, but that's gonna be taking 50 lamb notes.
It took me that many times because I couldn't. I kept looking at my phone. So like I'm like, in order for me to be ready for this thing, I gotta look at it again so I can know what I'm talking about. And then I felt like I missed something again, so I had to look at it one more time. Like it took me 3 times to watch it. So
well, it's kind of like you giving it a low score. Then what you giving it?
It's giving more like a. I'll give it a 6.57.
I was figuring you was gonna say that, so I was gonna give it a 7.5, but I gave it an 8 because it was enough of me kind of talking at the TV, definitely having my conversations about what was going on. So that's why I gave it an 8. The costumes, so I gave it an 8 more because I ended up having some interactions and feelings from it. Especially once George came. I was excited that George came to clarify.
Yeah.
And then was confused with why still seemed to be some confusion. What? I just was like you bitches want to stay confused, and I'm over it. But I gave it an 8.
Now, I did have a question because Pinky had a scene. It was like a little scene with her daughter.
Oh, when she was singing the happy birthday song, I think it was.
Yeah, because Jackie Faye was in the studio with them. Yeah, so are we gonna get? Because remember we got the preview of her with the fashion show.
Oh yeah, maybe that's part of the finale.
are we gonna get that in the finale? It got to be in the finale because
It got to, because remember you was thinking that was like a birthday party, so it might be like you said, it might be a birthday party / runway show, and maybe she's doing her own track for it.
Yeah, it got to be. Cause I'm sitting here like, okay, we ain't seen this scene. They done previewed it, and we ain't seen it all season. And then we come to the finale. So like, are we gonna? Okay.
So yeah, probably that makes sense that we would probably have it. But yeah, that was such a little snippet that I did kind of almost miss it. So we'll see. So hopefully the finale gives, because
It was cute. It was cute. I'm gonna say that the season ain't been bad. It hasn't been horrible. Just been long. It was just a little drawn out, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad season.
It hasn't been. So let me put in context. Overall, for seasons, it hasn't been bad. However, it could be better in a lot of different ways. And I think part of it is because it has been drawn out. I think there were scenes and things that could have been left out, and we could have been finished with the season 2-3 weeks ago. It's not enough going on that we should now be going into a 17th episode. Like, why? So for the producers or powers that be, we don't want all these episodes. No. We've been over it. Can you hear me?
So yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why my client want to call me all times of the night, ma'am. Talking about she want to do content and whatnot. I don't mind, but no, you're not about to call me early in the morning, and you're not about to call me 11 something at night thinking I'm gonna talk to you. Yes, I'm gonna do your hair, but no,
not do your little hair. I'm gonna do your little hair. All right. Well, without further ado, we will see you guys next week for the season finale. Hallelujah and amen. Go ahead and give us a rating, like, share, follow. We would like it anything from 1 to 5. And peace out.
bye.